Thanks to this Baku chess from 1960, I'm watching a lot of Kasparov games. And when I say Kasparov games, I notice in this book they use the correct name. Because in 1973 or 74, 75, his name wasn't Kasparov, he was Weinstein. So, without any kind of delay, I want to show you the inside of this book that is chronological, because the fourth period in the beginning, like the Genesis, right, Bereshit, show the map of where Baku is, but you can see it down there, and of course it shows one of the games that he played, like when he was, 1972, so he was 9 years old. In this case the name is Gary Weinstein against Murat Kuliev. Played in Baku in 1972. Okay, Gary plays e4. Notice many of these games don't have much of any kind of comment, so it's also nice just to see the game and to enjoy it in a chess set that probably Weinstein or Kasparov was using in that time. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, d4, e takes d, e5, knight e4, and castle. Here we start to obviously feel the idea that Kasparov generally use in other games, that is to keep the enemy king in the center. Let's see if he's able to do it or not. Bishop e7, rook e1, knight c5, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, and knight takes d4. And here black is able to castle. Knight c3, knight e6 is a mistake here. And what would you play if you were white? So you can generally pause, take a couple of minutes and see what you would play, okay? Kasparov or Weinstein played knight f5. Bishop g5. So imagine these little kids were really amazing. I mean, black doesn't want to lose the bishop pair, and maybe he's also a 9-year-old, right? So it's really good, I think. But it's a problem because queen g4. Yet the queen g4, it's all in the line of fire of the bishop, so I don't know. Knight d4, bishop takes g5, bishop takes f5, wow. Queen g3 is a dubious move. It was better, it seems, to play queen h4. Queen c8, rook ad1, knight takes c2, rook e2, queen e6, and here probably it was better to play bishop g6. And now there is a nice move by white, also if obviously is not something out of the world, it's something you should think about it. It's a theme that is typically used in this kind of games. What do you think white played? White played bishop f6, bishop g6, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, and rook takes c2. This was the idea, because obviously this is a pin, right? But as you can see, the good idea here is obviously that white was able to create a weakness that maybe he will be able to exploit further in the game. Rook a d8, rook c d2, queen e7, and now there is another nice move by Weinstein. Can you imagine what it is? If you can't, try to pause the video, think for a couple of minutes and see what he would do. He played h4. Obviously the next move is h5, he's gonna lose this, so obviously the answer is king h8. But what do you do now? He played queen g5, queen takes g5, h takes g5, and then there is rook takes d2, rook takes d2, bishop f5, and f4, king g7, rook f2, no, sorry, king f2. Obviously, why king f2 makes sense? Because we are entering an endgame, so you want to have an active king, right? Okay, so next one, h5, trying to put his pawns on the white square or bait the enemy. But the enemy, right, takes on h6, and after king take h6, king f3, rook g8, knight e4, bishop g4, king e3, and then he made the mistake that is king g6. To which Kasparov played knight f6, and here his opponent resigned. Why did he resign? Because obviously if you play this, you lost a piece and the game is over. So I hope you enjoyed this little game by a little Kasparov that in that time was called Weinstein. And I will show you more games from this book, because honestly it's a nice little book of games, collection of games played by Kasparov, following his career year by year, let's say in important years, and showing some instructive games from that time. I really love it. Obviously it's not something special, but I love to watch it on this kind of chess pieces, because I know that Gary Kasparov could have played on them. Thank you very much for watching.